Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, pranams to all of you. Shloka number 54. Soma Bobrataba Soma Purjit Purusattamaha Viniyo Jaya Satya Sandho Dashar Gasatvatam Patihi. This is the shloka which we are seeing in the last class. Somaha. So Somapaha, one who drinks Soma juice. Amritapaha, one who drinks Amrita. Somaha, one who is in the form of moon. Otherwise, the Lord Shiva with Uma. Purjit, one who vanquishes enemy. Purusattamaha, one who is many and the best. Then Vinayaha, one who has humility, one who disciplines. Then Jayaha, the victorious. Then Satyasandaha, one whose resolve always come true. Then Dasharha, one who deserves gifts, born in the family of Dasarha. Up to this we have seen. So last Nama which you said Dasarha means anything you give it to Bhagavan, he gives you in multiple ways. Now he accepts whatever gives we gives, whichever way give. Even in our puja, Bhagavan says, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. So it is the attitude which is important. That is very important. That is one way of looking at it. Other way is when you look at this whole world as Lord, the whole universe is Lord. Whatever you give it to the world, that will come back. So the whole world is Bhagavan. So start visualizing everything as Bhagavan. And show compassion, love, avoid kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryam. And then have universal compassion, love, and satyam, vada, dharmam, chara. Follow all these things. So lead a life of dharma. Otherwise, lead a life of dharma. If there is a confusion, ask elders for help. If you lead it, you will get lot of manashanti. Peace will come. You will be happy. You earn intelligently, you earn ethically, enjoy legitimately, ethically. You will be at peace. So that is more important. So whatever you give, because whatever you contribute, it's all Bhagavan is the one who is receiving it. So be a contributor to the world, not just a consumer. We are consuming. Everything is free. Air is free. Water is free. Now everything is coming by Bhagavan. The rainy seasons are there. Flowers are there. Fruits are there. Everything is begun by Bhagavan. But we have to give back to the Lord by contributing back to the society. That's the most important thing. So Bhagavan is the Dana Yogya, fully worthy of receiving gifts. And he also in return gives us back. This is what in Shastra or in Bhagavad Gita we talks about in the Karma Yoga portion as Panchamaha Yajna. Follow Panchamaha Yajna. And look at the world and everything offered to the Lord, Ishwara Arpana Bhava, and take anything what Lord gives us the Prasada Buddhi with the attitude of gift from the Lord. So this is the attitude with which we should live. Once you live, that itself will give you a lot of peace and tranquility of mind. Then the last Nama in this particular shloka is Satvatam Patihi, the one who is the Lord of Satvats. So he is the Satvatam Pati, Lord of Satvats. So the Sattvas are those who follow a lineage called Satvata. So there is this comes in the Yadukula dynasty. From there comes the Yadavas. Within the Yadavas, there are 4 clans. No. One is Abhira, another one is Andaka, third one is Vrishni, another one is Satvata. So Varshneya, the word is coming in the Bhagavad Gita itself. Krishna is addressed as Varshneya. He is coming from the Vrishni Kula like this. So the Satvata is the one, that clan, all coming from the Yadava clan. There are 4 branches, you can put it this way. So Satvata is one. I mean, all these clans, they worship primarily Lord Krishna, because for them, Lord Krishna is the deity. So he is the Satvatam Pati. He means what? He is the pati of the all the sattvas, all those who are worshipping. That's what is the meaning of this Sattvatam Pati. And how does he do? So the Lord blesses them with the yoga kshema. He gives them the yoga and kshema. Yoga means whatever they need to acquire, they will give. Bhagavan will give you. Kshema is whatever has to be retained. He will retain it for them. So apraptasya praptihi yoga, praptasya rakshanaha kshemaha. Acharya says that is the definition. So you can take it that way. So he will safeguard whatever you have got. He will keep it. So that's what it is. Go to Nama number 55. 55. Let us chant it. Jivo Vinayita Sakshi Mugundo Mida Vikramaha Ambo Nidiranantatma Maho Dadishayontakaha. Jivo Vinayita Sakshi Mukundo Mida Vikramaha Ambo Nidiranantatma Maho Dadishayontakaha. Jivaha, one who is Jiva. So one who has a sharira and breathes is called Jiva. A living being is called Jiva. In one context, a living being is called Jiva. It's the same in our Vedantic parlance. Even when one is not manifest in a sharira, that person is still called Jiva. You have to understand. One definition is Jiva. Anyone who has got a shariram is called a Jiva. Other one is even if the shariram is not there, it is called Jiva. Then what does it mean? Okay. Because he is a potential of making into a body, acquiring another body. For example, when the body drops, we go to our karna, stula, sukshma karna shariram along with the reflected consciousness. And that bundle is together is called Jiva. That bundle is called Jiva. So either with body or without body, because it has got a potential to become take a body, it's called Jiva. When you say you are a Jiva, and the you is the Jiva, and finally when we say Tatu Tvam Asi, you are that meaning the Tvam is the Jiva, the meaning of the word Tat is Ishvara, and this Jiva is told, you are that Ishvara. So when understood the Jiva is Ishvara, this is possible only because Ishvara alone obtains as the Jiva. The Kshetrajna, the knower, is the one who is there in everyone. Kshetrajnam Chapima with the Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. We have seen in Gita again. So he is the one who obtains in everyone. Same Gita says, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishtaha. So many places he refers who only that Paramatma only is residing in us and enlivening us as the Jivatma. As the Jivatma. This is the Tatparyam. So he is the Jiva because he is the one who is the indweller, who is the Sakshi and who is enlivening everything. That's what it is. So Jivatma. So he is a Jiva. Then Vinayita Sakshi. Vinayita Sakshi. There are two ways of looking at it. One is the witness of humility. The second one is one who is all pervasive and sees nothing other than self. Because the name Vinayita Sakshi can be taken as one Nama, or it can be looked at the other way by splitting the name by the Sakshi. So Sakshi of Vinayita. This is one way. That is the witness of humility. That is one. Or you can split it into two words as Vinayita and Asakshi. Vinayita and Asakshi. In that case, the meaning will be one who is all pervasive and sees nothing other than the self. I will explain both of them. First, we will take the first one who is the Sakshi of the Vinayita. I mean, the witness of humility. So, one who has got Vinaya, humility, is called Vinayi. Now, one who has got Vinaya, the humility, is Vinayi. And his disposition, this disposition is called Vinayita. That is the condition of the mind. And Bhagavan is the Vinayita Sakshi. Bhagavan is the Vinayita Sakshi means what? He is the direct perceiver, the recognizer of that disposition of humility. So when you are proud, you do not recognize Ishvara. But when you have got Vinayita, you recognize Ishvara. Recognize Ishvara also recognizes you. You understand this? because humility is the hallmark of the learned people. Learned people means they when people panditaha. What does it mean? That means vinayam. Vidya datati vinayam. I have already given you the shloka. Vidya datati vinayam vinayadhyati patratam dhanam apnoti dhanati tatasukam. So every learning should lead to vinayam. Earlier I have seen it. We have seen this nama, this particular shloka. So the one who has got the Vinayam is called Vinayita, who has got the Vinayi, the disposition is called Vinayita. And when you are able to have the Vinayam, you can recognize Ishvara. Ishvara himself can recognize you. So in Gita he says, Na sacha me priyaha, such a person is beloved to me. Aham tasya priyaha, I am beloved to the devotee. So that's what he says. So in the Shanti Pata of the Samaveda, he says, Na Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Maham Brahma Nirakarot, Na Anina Anira Karanamastu, Anina Karanam Ma Astu. May that Brahman not reject me, may I not reject him. This is the prayer. So when you have got the humility, you are accepting more Ishvara in your life. Because why? How you do it? You are seeing all the glories are Bhagavan's glory. So humility has to come if you understand Vishnu Sahasranama properly. Start looking at Bhagavan in each and everything. Then Vinayam, the humility is a natural byproduct of it. It will automatically come. Edyad vibhuti matsatvam srimatur jitamevava. So you are seeing all the glories of Bhagavan, or glories in the world as glories of Bhagavan. So you see the glories in others also as Bhagavan. That is the most important. Others means there will be only if you otherwise what will happen if you don't see the glory of others, you will be left with only jealousy. Jealousy will be the only thing which will be there. So to recognize the glory in oneself as the glory of Ishvara is itself is a glory. So he is a Vinayita. So the Lord is Vinayita Sakshi. As a Sakshi, he blesses you with the knowledge of himself. Because once you become humble, he will give you the so-called Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge. Because a mind which is humble, which is like a mind which is like a sponge, which can absorb everything. When there's a humility is a hallmark of great people, then what happened to this? They'll be able to absorb. Your mind is ready for getting the jnana. Jnana means what? I am none other than Ishvara. So you will be able to have the knowledge of himself. So that is the Drishtapala and also the Adrishtapala also. Because the Drishtapala is everything you will be respected by the world. And everybody will glorify you is one thing, and your mind is ready, and then he will also be able to give you the knowledge. So it's a Drishtam as well as Adrishtapala. So one should develop the humility because he is a Vinayita Sakshi. On the other hand, if you have got the Dambo, Darpo, Manascha, so you have got a Dambam and Darpam, what happens is, Bhagavan witnesses that also. But what happens is, you stay there, you are not growing at all. You are again going down spiritually, you are going back. So humility is very, very important. This is one meaning. So when you split it as Vinayita, Asakshi. So Vinayita means, one of the meaning of Vinayita means going. Vinayati. So means going. So Vinayita means goes everywhere. Goes everywhere means it what? All it means all pervasive. So Vinayita means all pervasive. Asakshi means one who does not see anything other than himself. One who does not see anything other than himself. What does it mean? It's a little bit technical, difficult to understand. Anyway, I'll simplify and then give you in two sentences. Because you can take the example of a dream. In the dream, you create your own world and you grieve your own time, your own space, and you see everything. No, you from a pauper you become a king in a matter of few seconds. The dream world it's your own projection, right? But you don't give the importance to the dream world at all. When you wake up, you just discard the dream world. At the time of dream, you think, yeah, it is very real. But when you wake up, you know it is only a dream. You don't give importance. So this whole universe is like a dream for the Lord, like a dream for the Lord. So there's not much importance in this. Everything, Nama, Rupa, and Karma. That's it. Everything has got the name and form, and some actions are going on. So he doesn't give importance. So Bhagavan, at the higher level, everything is like a dream for the Lord. So it doesn't have credibility, it doesn't have importance. On the other hand, when you from our angle, when you look at the Bhagavan, he is the one who is supporting this. This is what beautifully said, because a very confusing slokas which comes in Bhagavad Gita. Mastani sarva bhutani. He says, I am supporting everything. In one sloka, the last line of the fourth sloka. In the fifth sloka, in the ninth chapter, this comes in ninth chapter. In the fifth sloka, he immediately says, Nacha mastani bhutani. I am not supporting anyone. So how do you reconcile these two? So Mastani Sarvabhuta means, Badbhutani means from one angle, he is from the Jiva's angle, he is supporting everyone. From the absolute angle, this whole world is like a dream for him, and it has got no credibility. That's what we call it as a mithya. So that I explained to you earlier. I don't want to go into the details. So mithya. So that means he is seeing only himself in what? Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat, Sarvam Brahmamayam Jagat. That's what it means. So these are two ways of deciphering this particular Nama, Vinayita Sakshi. Beautiful name. The next one, Mukundaha. Very famous word, we all know Mukundaha. One who gives moksha. He who graces mukti, freedom from samsara or the life of becoming, is called Mukunda. Krishna, Mukunda, Murare. We say all those songs are there. So Bhagavan is the one who, by whose knowledge one gets liberation. By Guru's grace alone, one finds everything necessary to gain that liberation also. Bhagavan's grace will give us the qualification to get the jnana. He will give you the Guru, he will supply the Guru at the appropriate time. He will prepare our mind and he will give the knowledge. That by, what is the knowledge? Aham Brahmasmi. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. Same concept we will repeat again and again. So he is a Mukunda, one who gives this moksha. So he gives the preparation, he gives the yogyata as well as the jnana yogyata as well as jnanam. Then Amita Vikramaha. Amita Vikramaha. So there are two ways you can look at it. One of immeasurable strides and one with limitless powers. So first one is one of immeasurable strides. So as Trivikrama, Lord has taken Trivikrama avataram, right? One who has, the Lord strode the universe by taking 3 steps. So his Vikrama, the strides were Amita. Amita means immeasurable. You know Bali Chakravarti story. I'm not repeating it here. You think of it. That's where it is. From there, this name comes, this Nama. Hence, he is known as Amita Vikrama. The second way of measuring is one with limitless powers. How do you make it? He is Amita Vikrama because his Vikrama valor or powers are limitless. No, he is valor or is Vikrama. Is Amit means it is beyond, it is limitless. So that's the way you can split it. In the Sanskrit, this is all the beauty of the language. You can split the words in different ways and then you can take a different this thing. Similar, this thing is available also in Tamil also. You have got similar ways of looking at it. Anyhow, that's what it is. So Amita Vikramaha. Then Ambo Nidhihi. Ambo Nidhihi. Again, 2 ways of looking at the Nama. One is abode of waters. The second one is abode of Devas and others. So Bhagavan as the ocean is the abode of the waters. He says in the Gita, Sarasmasmi Sagaraya. Sarasmasmi Sagaraya. I am the ocean because he is the one who is supporting all the waters. All the waters. So everything is stored in the ocean, right? Ocean receives everything. From the ocean only the cloud comes, and the cloud only becomes water, and then it comes as rain and pours into mountains and flows back, again comes back to the ocean. We have seen Apuryamana Machala Pratishtam. Samudra Mapa Pravishanti Yadvate. We have seen in the Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavan is the abode. He is abode like an ocean. Bhagavan is the ocean. He is abode where waters are stored, and he is called Ambo Nidhi. This is one meaning. Then there's a story which is coming in Veda. I don't go into the details. There it says the Deva, the gods, the Manushas, human beings, Pitris, the ancestors, and Asuras, demons are all called Ambasi. Ambasi. It comes in the Taitriya Brahmana. So it's called Ambasi, all of them. So all of them have come from there and have their being the being in Parameshwara. Therefore, he is called Ambodhidi, because everybody is coming from the Lord only. All of us are coming from the Lord. The Jagata Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro. He is the Mata and Pita for the entire universe. So we are all the Lord's children. So where is the question of Dveshas and Ragas? So he is the Ambodhidi, from where only everybody is coming. This is the meaning. Then go to the next one. The Anantatma. Anantatma means one who is limitless. The Atma, the nature of Bhagavan is Ananta. Ananta means limitless. It is time-wise limitless, space-wise limitless, and object-wise also limitless. So every object is Ishvara. Time and space are also Ishvara, but he is not bound by those, by any of these things. So he is the Anantatma. Very simple Nama. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, Brahma Lakshanam. Bhagavan is Brahman. So that's what comes in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Ananta. So Anantatma. Then next one is Mahodadisheha. Mahodadisheha. One who reclines in the ocean. One who reclines in the ocean. At the time of Pralaya, resolution, when everything goes to the unmanifest condition, what is there is nothing but Bhagavan in the form of consciousness. When everything goes into Pralayam, what happens? Brahman Maya. The Maya is projecting as the universe, and everything is again comes back to Maya. So Brahman Maya Sambandha together is called Ishvara. So Ishvara, technically that's why we say Brahman plus Maya is equal to Ishvara. So that is the Maya is called it, otherwise is called it as a causal state. The Karana Avastha, causal state is called Maya. So that is depicted as the Mahodadi. Mahodadi means a huge ocean. And Bhagavan is depicted as reclining the ocean of consciousness. So everything is that the whole causal state is depicted as an ocean, and the consciousness is Bhagavan, who is floating on that ocean. They are reclining on the ocean. How is that? It is the Milky Ocean. And from that, the consciousness alone, when the Sankalpa takes place, everything comes back again. Everything comes back again. So that is what is depicted as the Lord Krishna as a kid, and is on the banyan tree leaf, the banyan leaf which is there, Alilai Krishna, we say, that depicts the dissolution of the entire universe, which goes into Karana state or causal state or Karana Avastha, we call it. Everything gets resolved. That's what it is. So Mahodadisheha. So that means he's reclining as though in the great ocean. It's all only a figurative expression. As though he's reclining, everything gets resolved. That's what it is. Then Antakaha. Antakaha. One who brings an end. One who brings an end. Again, interesting. You can look at it in two ways. Lord Yama is called Antaka because he brings an end to everything. Ishvara alone is the manifest as Yama. And he is Antakashyapi Antaka. He put an end to the Lord death also, to the Lord death also. Because Bhagavan is the one who is the boss, already ultimate boss. He is the Yama of Yama also. So therefore Ishvara is the real Antaka, who only manifests as Yama, who only manifests as various devatas. You have to understand. Bhagavan only manifests as Jiva also. He said Jiva earlier we have seen. It's only Bhagavan who manifests as everything, including the Yama. So that is the way. So he puts everybody into what? At the time comes, Bhagavan takes everyone. So this is we don't a true person who understands our religion properly will never have fear of death at all. Because the Mrityu Bhayam, which is the fear of death, is the greatest fear one has got. But a person who truly understands and study Vishnu Sahasranama properly, or our philosophy properly, will never have any fear of death at all. Because Jatasya hidruvo mrityuhu. Whatever is born will one day die. It's known. We are seeing every day in the paper. And it's happening. It is happening. Then it is coming to you. The moment we are born, so it is going. So you have to understand. That's why we say in our Sandhya Vandanam, we do a prayer facing south. Yamaya Dharma Rajaya Mrityavecha Antakaya. So why we say Dharma Raja? Because he knows when we have to quit this world. And again, we will come back if you don't get the liberation. If you don't study properly and understand your true nature, you will again be come back. Recycling will be happening. Punarapi jananam, punarajbi jananam, maranam. So this will keep on happening. So this is a very natural process. So he is Andaka. So this is one meaning. The other meaning, which is a beautiful meaning, which I like very much, this is what we should say. He is Antaka also because he gives moksha and puts an end to the samsara itself. Samsara itself. The samsara real meaning is the samskriti. Going around is called samsara. Going from one birth to other birth is called samsara. And he is putting an end to it by what? By what? By giving the knowledge. By giving the knowledge. Every being is subject to death, and Lord who puts an end to the life of death itself is called Antaka. So one is finishing your life here, again you are coming back. Other one is he is the Lord who gives his Antaka of stopping the samsara cycle itself, burning the samsara cycle itself. How does he do? By giving the knowledge. How does he give the knowledge? Once you study Vishnu Sahasranama properly, you will get the knowledge. And he gives you a guru and systematically study the Vedanta, and then you will get to know that. So he is Antaka. Move on. Go to next shloka. Shloka number 50, 56. Yeah. Ajo maharga swabhavyo jita mitra pramodanah anando nandano nandah satya dharma trivikramah ajo maharga swabhavyo jita mitra pramodanah anando nandano nandah satya dharma trivikramah. So ajaha has got many meanings. In Nama 95, we have seen the meaning. Ajaha means unborn. In Nama 204, we have seen Ajaga meaning one who moves. Here, there is another new meaning which is given. Ajaha means one who is in the form of Manmata. Very beautiful Sanskrit subject language is very fantastic. So, A means Lord Vishnu. A means Lord Vishnu. Kama, and Kama, that is the Manmata. Kama, the Manmata, the Lord of Love, is born of Lord Vishnu. Hence, he is Aja. I am repeating. A means Lord Vishnu, and Kama, that is the Manmata, the Lord of Love, is born of Lord Vishnu, and hence he is Aja. And the Lord is in the form of Kama, love and desire. And so Aja. So Manmata is in the form of Manmata is Aja. That's why Lord is called Aja. And Bhagavan says in the Gita, very clearly understand this particular Nama. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. It comes in chapter 7, shloka number 11. So Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi. I am in the form of desire that is unopposed to Dharma. In fact, I was explaining one friend who came for dinner yesterday. Because normally the subject of Vedanta is not discussed or shared with the common public in the past till Swami Chinmayananda came into the scene in this life, in our life. Normally it was kept away from the general public for the good reason. What is the good reason? Because if you do not understand Vedanta properly, it can lead to all kinds of confusions. It can lead to all kinds of confusions. You require a proper guru. Because Vedanta, ultimately what it says, you have to get the Vivekam and Vairagyam. And then other qualification, Mokshutvam, Shatka Sampatti. The moment you talk about Vairagyam, and that too, if you go and study Upanishads directly, you will be really taking it too far and say, no, I have to give up everything in life for me to get the moksha. This will be the immediate understanding if you do not study properly under the guidance of a competent acharya who knows the parampara, who is able to put it correctly. Because there are 4 ashramas Brahmacharya, Grihasthashrama, Vanaprastha, Sannyasama. 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya is a learning stage. Grihastha is a householder. Then Vanaprastha is a little detached, come out of the house post-retirement period like today. And Sannyasa is total renunciation. And Bhagavan says in Gita clearly, very clearly, you can get the mukti, moksha, even as a grihastha. What happens is you have to have a detachment mentally in the mind. You don't need to formally take a akarop sannyasa, because he has discussed very clearly what is the advantages of sannyasa as a lifestyle and what is the advantage of grihastha as a lifestyle. He has compared everything and he says, Arjuna, better you stay in the grihastha ashrama. So better you stay put here. So studying Gita will give you a lot of clarity if you are able to do it under the guidance of a competent acharya. There he says is dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bhardarshava. Hey Arjuna, as long as you are able to enjoy legitimately, now whatever is you are supposed to enjoy, that is I am there in this. So whatever you can enjoy with the dharma in place, because vairagyam is an internal renunciation. You can still enjoy, but what is the state with which you will enjoy? As our Swamiji often puts it very clearly, what is vairagyam? Converting, very beautifully he puts it, converting necessities to preferences is called vairagyam. So you can say, I must have a coffee in the morning is what? That means you are in the grip of coffee. I'm 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 okay to have a coffee, or I'm okay to have not to have a coffee is also, it's called vairagya. Like that, you can extend this example to many things. So that vairagyam one should develop. That's what it is. At the same time, we are all grihasthas, we have got the duty, and we can have your spiritual journey developing vairagyam, which is a purely an internal process. Bhagavan says, Nyayata Sisya Sannyasi Yona Dveshtina Kamshati. Beautifully he gives it. So the definition of a sannyasi in the 5th chapter. So as a Vedantin, especially in the midst of Grihasthashrama, because nowadays many youngsters are also started learning Gita. So they should know what is it. If you don't study properly with the meaning, then you will be confusing yourself, thinking I have to quit everything. But what happens is you will be living a life within the midst of your family, but you will say, no, my child, you have got a 2-year-old kid or a 5-year-old kid, you got a birthday party. No, I will not celebrate birthday party. I will not take you to the movie. I will not take you to eat out. You will become cranky. You will become unfit to be in the Grihastha. So there are ashrama dharmas which are there. So Grihastha is the place as a householder where you can legitimately earn and enjoy everything properly. Bhagavan gives, so you have got a fullest life, you can enjoy everything. So Bhagavan, so that is very important. So it when Bhagavan says, I am in the form of Manmata Ajaha, Ajaha means as a Kamaha, then it is something you have to enjoy properly within the legitimacy. So very clearly to be understood. And otherwise, if you don't want to enjoy anything, you want to be a sannyasi, the akarop sannyasi, but Shastra gives options. But that is a very difficult. Not everybody can do it. That's why Bhagavan says Mityacharam, because Arjuna wants to run away from the battlefield. Arjuna is not ready for it. And later in the 18th chapter, he says, I know your attitude, you are not ready. If you go there, your mind will be still thinking. Your mind is not prepared for seclusions. So better you be in the midst of the world and so-called be a karma yogi, do the chitta shuddhi, fight the war, which is the dharma yuddham. So he gives those to Arjuna there. And there in Gita, he clearly puts it, very clearly articulates. What he is articulating is, you can be in the Grihastha ashrama itself. At the same time, you can pursue the Vedanta and go to Jnana Yoga, preparing necessary qualifications of sadhana chatushtayam, and get the knowledge and be ever liberated. There are so many people who are pakka grihasthas and who have attained. So you have to understand this. So ajaha, another different meaning than what we have seen earlier. Then maharha, one who deserves worship. So mahas is Now, Mahas is puja. So Maharha means one who deserves worship. Who is the most deserving altar of worship? Then one whose ego, whose ego does not grow by being worshipped, isn't it? If you worship someone, the person's ego should not bloat. He is the one who is worthy of worship. So Bhagavan's ego will not bloat at all, because Bhagavan is endowed with everything. He does not need somebody to worship him for his ego to further go up. He is, the whole universe is Bhagavan. Because so that is why he is the one who has got a deserving. And Bhagavan is Maharaha, one who is absolutely worthy of worship. His ego is absolute and he cannot bloat at all. So one can worship the anybody, but by that worship, the ego of the person should not grow. Hence, everybody cannot be put on the altar because it will destroy that person. That is why we generally use a stone or a wood for worship, because there are rituals in which puja is done for the guru, priest, parents. We do puja for parents and puja for bridegroom. The would be father-in-law will be bringing Mahavishnu in the bridegroom, and he will be doing a puja for him before the bride, before he ties the knot. So when we do puja for the elders, for very old elders, we do the puja. So in all these things, Bhagavan is invoked in them. So they have to act as conduits and pass the puja to the Lord. They have to act as conduits and pass the puja to the Lord. Otherwise, what you invoke is one thing, and what the person is the another, because the person has notion about himself. So if the person takes the puja as done to him and does not act as a conduit, what will happen? It would destroy that person. Bhagavan is the one who is the Maharaha, worthy of worship. So whenever worship is done, be it a Devata or a Guru, all the worship goes only to Ishvara. Understand this very, very clearly. We take a small girl and then do the puja. We take a small boy and then we do the puja. We take elderly people do the puja. Children may not know, because we garland them and then give them some gifts also. They are very happy to receive it. But what we say, we invoke Devi, we invoke Lord in those people, and then we put it. As a grown up, when somebody does namaskara to you, when somebody does namaskara to you, what does it signify? He is doing namaskara to you by, for traditionally we say, for the age he is doing namaskara, you are elder and he is younger. That is the traditional way of looking at it. When somebody does namaskara, the namaskara is for the Lord who is residing in us. The namaskara which is received by you should not bloat your egos, especially in our culture. As you grow older and older, many people will fall at your feet, and you will get a kind of a pride. I am living very old. No, you are supposed to pass it on to the Lord. That's why you are a conduit. Similarly, when you are a gold, especially old as a married couple, twin couple, we'll call it as a Sadabhishek Dampati. They have completed 80,000 moon sighting, and then they are after Sadabhishek, the husband wife is together. Everybody will invite, and then everybody will fall at your feet and give you a lot of dhoti, and then saris and gifts will come. A lot of things will come. Again, when everybody fall for his feet, traditionally we say they are all Sadavishaya Dampati, they are very old age people, their experience is valued. That is a superficial meaning. The real meaning, the person who receives the namaskara should take is that this namaskara, I am not worthy of any of them. I means what? This body and mind is not worthy to receive the namaskara. It is the Ishvara who is inside, who is receiving namaskara, and I am passing on to the Lord. So normally, for example, when I go and do a puja to my guru, what the guru will do? Guru will simply will not say don't do it. He'll okay. He does not have any ego at all, because he is such a jnani. He will simply close the eyes when you do the puja, and he will pass on everything to Lord Narayana, Lord Vishnu. So everything goes ultimate to it, to the Lord, and in turn, the Lord will again. What happened earlier? We said in the earlier Nama, we said, right. Na darsha Darshaha. What does it mean? Whatever you give, you get back. So when you do the Guru Puja also, it goes to Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the Guru is only a conduit. To the Guru, he will give the jnanam back to us. When you propitiate the Guru, Guru is only a conduit, it goes to Bhagavan. Bhagavan in return through the Guru will give us the jnana. So that's why we say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The same thing applicable to everyone. Now, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. Upanishad says. So whenever we glorify, portray everybody, we portray and do namaskara not for the individual but for the Lord. You have to understand this very clearly. It is very, very important. Move on. Then Swabhavyah. Swabhavyah. One who is not objectified. Swa means Atma. And Abhavya means by its own nature. Now, by its own nature, it is not available for bhavana. Bhavana means objectification. Abhavya means not available for objectification. Swa. So Bhagavan Atma is always self-revealing. It is a very beautiful nama. Swa Abhavya. So it is not available for objectification. That means you cannot, because this is the biggest mistakes people do. You are looking for objectifying Atma. Even many people who come to Advaita Siddhanta itself, they make the mistake. They are trying to see where is Atma. I want to experience Atma. Okay? You are experiencing the very proof you are kicking and alive is the proof there is an Atma which is enlivening you. So you are the subject yourself. Where is the question of the subject trying to see itself? It is like seeing your own face yourself. You want to see your own eyes. How can you do? You can only see the reflected eye in the mirror, but not the original by yourself, because you are that. So the same way, Bhagavan can never be objectified. Ishvara can never be objectified. Because what? He is there. You are that. You are there. Where is the question of objectification? So what you can do? You can only contemplate upon that Ishvara. You can only contemplate upon the Ishvara, not looking for objectification. Let me give some of the confusions, because this is a very important nama from the understanding perspective. And here I want to clarify a very important point. Many people who come and study Bhagavad Gita or Vedanta in the Advaita Siddhanta protocol, because we do have Dvaitam, Visishtadvaitam and Advaitam. And people who study even in the Advaitam means what? Non-dual. No. Ekameva Advitiyam. There is none other than only Lord. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagati, Brahmamayam Jagati. That's Advaitam. So people after coming and studying, then they say, I'm waiting for moksha. Are, yeah, you are already that, already told, you have understood, job over. No. I am waiting for Atma Anubhava. Very common mistakes being made. People who are studying 25, 30 years, deeply immersed, they can eloquently lecture, still make the mistakes. Because they come into TV and other things and then they talk like this. Atma Anubhuti, Atma Anubhava, various words they use. And then this guy says, for which I have to go on meditation. I have to sit on meditation and wait for Atma to come and so that I can experience Atma. So many people, when it comes to Jnana Yoga, after receiving the knowledge, they are waiting for the experience of Atma. Because normally in our transactional world, we get the knowledge of anything and then you experience this. You get the knowledge of a sari, you go and buy a sari. You get the knowledge of car, you go and buy a car. Get the knowledge of cell phone, you get the cell phone. Get the knowledge of sweet, you go and buy it and eat. So normally knowledge comes first and experience comes second. This is a normal trend in the world. So people are confused with the same trend. I have to get the knowledge of Atma and then I have to experience Atma. And I'm waiting for Atma Anubhavam. So I'm doing tapas, I'm doing meditation. I go into Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Somebody says, I have got a flash of light. Somebody says, then they say, I will also waiting for it, nothing is coming. All these confusions are there. Understand clearly. This Nama is very, very clear. What Bhagavan says, Swabhavyaha, Swa Abhavyaha. That means what? Bhagavan is not available for objectification. Bhagavan is at absolute level. I am talking about the Brahman. The Saguna Ishvara, God with the form, with the Maya Sambandha becomes Saguna Ishvara. That is what is available. So you do meditate upon Rama, Rama will come Pratyaksham. Purascharanam it's called. So you do meditation upon Rama will come, see Krishna will come, all those things will come. You can see that Lord with the form. But the original Lord is what? It is formless, cannot be objectified. Understand it very clearly. Often confusing. There should not be any confusion after studying this particular Nama also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Magi Magishaha. Bhubrahmanebhyo Shubhamas Nityam. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. In Shri Krishna, we'll again meet next week. Haribo. Thank you.